Hello everyone, I'm RiverFox and welcome to the channel, and this is the Canny Valley Storm Shield Defense series. So I have finally got round to completing my Storm Shield defenses, and I have completed 7, 8, 9 and 10 completely AFK, no shooting and no defenders. So what I'm going to do, rather than make you sit through 4 20-minute videos of me literally sitting there doing absolutely nothing, I will pop the gameplay up on the screen as we go. So for this series there will be 5 videos. I'm going to start off on the Homebase amp first of all, and for this one then I will pop up the trap perks in the top of the screen of the traps that I have used. In the other amplifier videos I will then pop in the gameplay footage of those 7, 8, 9 and 10 defenses. Now with the traps, I have used 130 traps because some of the bits that I use will end up staying for endurance, not all of it. So I have used 130 traps. Now you could probably get away with 106 traps as long as you have got some really good perks on them. Either epic or legendary perks would be preferable, and you should most definitely be able to AFK your 7, 8, 9 and 10. So without further ado, we are going to get straight into the video. Don't forget to check out the playlist down below. It will cover all of the amplifiers for these and all of the builds for them as well. So let's get straight into our Homebase amp. Okay then, so this is our home base. This is what I have got set up for it, and it does work pretty well. Now the only reason I have these edited walls around the actual home base is just so that there are structures here, so if we do get any smashers on the main home base, then at least they should come through our trap tunnels and they should head towards these structures. If you don't have anything around your EVR amplifier or your home base, then the smashers will attack the structures in the actual trap tunnels. So there are 2 directions that they will come from. They will either come from the south, which will be over here. We point over there. They will be coming that way, and they will also come from the west over here, which they will be coming from down there as well. So what we will do, we will go through our south first, and if I just get through here, quickly get through this lot. Okay, now when they do spawn, they will spawn from around this area down here mainly. You will occasionally get a spawn which will spawn up this way as well. Now for this one then, of course, as majority are going to be spawning around this spot down here. So what we have got a big massive lobber shield up here, which is just filled with tire traps. This is the main source of killing off those husks as soon as they spawn in. Now you do want to make sure that you do actually take it high enough up, because you will occasionally get a spawn point on this here, very occasionally. And also if you don't take it far enough back, then these tornadoes, which will constantly be moving around your map, can sometimes, if you only stopped your sort of lobber shield at this point, then sometimes when you first started off, the tornado can actually pick up the husks and put them up on the top of your shield, and as soon as they get up there, then they will just walk straight over to your home base and start causing damage. So make sure that whenever you get to this point here, that you do take it at least one more further back, so that it will prevent anything from actually getting flung up there by the tornadoes. So they're going to spawn down these points and these points over here. Now I did set this up for this direction, which I'm going to go through this in a different video, because sometimes you can get attacked on amplifier C from this direction. So it's always a good idea to have some form of traps there, but I'll go through that when we actually get to that amplifier. So this is the majority of it then, and as say, all these tire traps and all these ceiling zappers will take out majority before they even make it up to your home base. We have got along this point here is the main sort of ridge that they will be walking up. So if they are coming from either down here or down there, they are going to aim up this direction. Now you have got some areas here which they can't properly get up, so they may sometimes try to wander over here, which is why we do have a broadside there, which should take out anything along this edge. If they do try to come up this way, we will get into the block off which is behind there, but I'll go around the other side and show you that. So what we have set up then is the main bit to try and force them to come up this direction. So as soon as they come up this ridge, they are going to hit this tar pit, which is going to stop them in place. They will take some damage from the broadside here and from our ceiling zapper above it, and if they are there long enough, then our wall launcher then is going to fling them back out there. And of course these are going to do the damage a second time and normally get rid of them. So very few actually make it past this square. If they happen to get past it, then we do have some wooden floor spikes here, which will cause them a bit more damage, and chances are they will get taken out anyway. But if not, we've got more ceiling zappers and another wall launcher to fling them over this way. So as I say, I've not had really anything apart from the odd smasher that has actually made it past these two squares. But if you get anything make it past it, then we have some more zappers here and another launcher, and then we get on to our sort of bridge. So if anything was to make it past, then we have a floor launcher here with a broadside. So the floor launcher is going to fling them all the way down there, and then they've got to walk back up again. And then we've got some more tar pits and wall launchers, which again is going to fling them down there. And yeah, just finishing off with another floor launcher just in case. So majority, as say, do not get past that first bit over there. So that is that side. Now if we come along the back here, now this is the wall where it all blocks off with the launcher over that side and a launcher down here. So if we come over here, let me get under here first. So this is the little ridge bit. So what we have here, we have some edited floor pieces here, and all that is just placing the floor, edit those two sides out. Make sure that goes all the way to the end, and then you will finish it off then with some stairs, which will be full stairs pointing towards the south, and that will go all the way to the end as well. Now this spot here is, let's get down here a second, we've got our launcher broadside, sorry, here. So at this very corner is where they will mainly be trying to go into. So what we have done behind this is we have got some block off here, and all this is an edited cone which will be pointing to the southeast, surrounded by walls, and that is that square. And of course if they were to get through that, then they've got to get through these backward stairs with the edited floor underneath, and we've got the walls all the way around that as well. Now over in this corner over here, which actually that's not been upgraded, we do have a similar block off on this one with the edited cone. Now again, this does have your half edited floor underneath as well, so anything that are trying to come in from this side, and this is where the wall launcher is, the first wall launcher, then they will have to go through this edited cone, through the half edited floor piece, and of course we've got the walls to block it all off as well. So if we come behind that one more, now this is where I would place the base if I was going to place my base on, and that's why it's got the wooden floor there, just so you know that it's for the base. And on the back here we do have some more backwards stairs, but there is no edited floor piece on this one, and again it will be just surrounded off by walls. And that is pretty much it. There is one more final block off on this one. This is just for anything that tries to get through from the other side of this with the launchers, and again this is just an edited cone pointing to the southeast, surrounded by the walls. So that is the block off. There's not a vast amount, because you won't get attacked, you know, for very long on this. It's generally the first wave of every storm shield. You will get attacked either from the south or from the west. So that is our south. So over to our west over here, and if I just come down here. Now, for this one, they will spawn anywhere along this point along here, and it could be anywhere along this whatsoever. So what I have done now, sometimes some of these can get taken out, which is a bit of a nuisance, but it does help a great deal, especially if they don't get taken out. Then majority of husks actually will get flown into these boxes, and in these boxes we do have double broadsides in these, one on each wall, which is going to do a heck of a lot of damage, and we have tar pits on the bottom then to just hold them in place while they take all that damage, and some wall lights to stun them, and nothing on the back wall of it at all. And that will be the same for all three of these boxes. And yeah, that is pretty much it. We've got the ceiling zappers then up the ceiling zappers, good grief, the electric fields up on the top here, which again is going to add to the damage that they take in there. So majority will get actually taken out from these before they even make it up to that point. So from there, let's see, so they can also come around this side over here to get up through there. Actually, let me change over here. Now, what we have done for this bit is we do have a wall and some blockade on here, just to make sure that they don't try and go the long way around all the way over there, which sometimes your lobbers will do. So under here, this is literally, that is just a floor piece, and these boxes then, they are literally just edited cones which will be pointing to the southwest, and they will be surrounded with boxes all the way along, and that is the same for all of them along to this point. Now under here we do have then a sort of natural ramp which you do want to block off. So under here we have literally just a wall piece over there, and is two floor pieces then over the top that blocks off that ramp, so they're not going to want to head up that point. No traps on there, don't need to really worry about traps at all on those. Of course we do have our ceiling drop traps up on the top, and I put some along here. I didn't put too many because I didn't want to sort of waste too many structures on it, but yeah, I just mainly based them over the points that they will spawn and the points that they're going to head up. So if they do come around this way, we have exactly the same boxes as those over there, where we have our broadsides and our wall lights on this side and our tar pits on the floor, and of course our ceiling electric fields up above. So exactly the same on that. Now they can either go through this way or they can go through over that way. Majority will go that way, but if they do come through this side, then we do have a wooden floor spike with a sound wall just to try and slow them down a little bit, take some damage from the electric field, and normally gets rid of them. If they do get up to this point, then we do have a tar pit with a wall launcher, a ceiling electric field, and a broadside. And of course the wall launcher is going to launch them straight into that big box in there with 3 broadsides in it, which is going to do some phenomenal damage, and very little will get out of it. So that is that one. No trap up there. I didn't even bother putting a tire trap up there. You could put a tire trap up on that one if you wanted. As we come along, then we just have another 2 boxes here, which are identical to our other timeout boxes. And yeah, that again, these two very rarely, I don't think I ever saw these two get used. So they're just really for a backup. Now if we come back along through this side, now from here again we have our tire traps up on the roof, because this is the main direction that they're going to be coming through. Now they sometimes will make it to this last square, but only sort of, I think only really on the last storm shield number 10. Until that point they didn't really make it to that last tile at all. So as they come up, they do have a wall launcher, which is going to fling them into this box here, which we have a wooden floor, spikes, and we have broadsides all the way along there. So that is going to do damage both back and forth across this side, and also back and forth across this side as well. And if they get flung into this, then they've got to come this way as well, which they'll get hit by another wall launcher. And we've got another broadside for it as well, and then come past this one, and of course that is going to fling them straight back out there, and they've got to come through all this again. So that pretty much takes care of everything. I think the smashers perhaps come as far as this square here, you know, between these two, but that is pretty much it. They don't tend to even make it any further than that. Now if you are going to place your base, then I will place my base at this point, because this is the main area that they will come and head up. So I always normally place it at this point. So it strengthens pretty much all of this around here, all of this, and it'll probably cover majority of this area here as well. So the vast amount of it will get sorted and taken out. So that is pretty much it. That is our Homebase amplifier and all of the defenses. Nothing fancy, no special designs, just really basic tire traps over the spawns, a couple of timeout rooms to sort of slow them down a bit, and yeah, that will work really well. So that is our Homebase amp. Nothing fancy, nothing special, just a load of tire traps over the spawn points and a couple of sort of timeout rooms to slow them down, and it is really effective. So I hope you do find this video useful. If you do, don't forget to drop a like down below, smash that subscribe before you go, and if you turn on the notification bell, then you will always get updated of all my new content when it comes out. If you do buy anything from the Fortnite store, please consider using code RiverFox, as it will help me out a great deal. And if you do get the time, don't forget to check out my Twitter account. The link for that will be in the description down below. But as I said earlier, I will cover all of the other builds, the amplifiers and everything. They will all be in the playlist, which will be linked in the description. So until the next time, I hope you have a lovely day and stay safe, my friends.